Hey, this is Ryan and Angela from LostReviews.com, and once again, it is Blue Monday. This week on Blue Monday, we have the releases for June 29th, starting with this movie, The Warlords, Predator,
and
The Eclipse, not the one
not
with
the
vampires.
Twilight version.
Okay, so why don't you go first and talk about your new favorite movie, The Eclipse?
It's not my new favorite movie, but I really liked it. Here, hold these for a second.
Okay.
Alright, The Eclipse. This is a smaller movie that came out sometime early this year from Magnolia. And it's a rated R film, kind of a haunting love story, if you want to put it that way. Stars Kieran Hines, who you might recognize from HBO's Rome. He played Caesar. Awesome. So he is a single father who's experiencing a haunting late at night, and he thinks it's a relative of his that's still alive. And he does volunteer work at a literary festival where he gets assigned to a writer who writes about ghost stories. So he starts divulging these things to her, and they grow closer. But there's also another third party that Aidan Quinn plays as another writer who has a jealousy issue because he was always involved with her. And so there's a love triangle. There's some really good scares in it because they're simple, and I think that's why they work. And overall, I thought it was a really haunting story, and I liked it.
So what did you think of the sound and the video?
Well, I think the sound is what was the best because it would be dead quiet. You could hear the floorboards creaking as someone was walking across them, and then there would be this huge jumping sound of, you know, something coming out of a closet, and it would really scare you. So the sound was excellent. The film was mostly dark, but it did look really good. As far as special features go, there wasn't that much. There's the HD look at it because
The HDNet.
HDNet, right? Because HDNet shows Magnolia films usually a couple days before they come out in theater. So there's that, and then there was the making of. So not that much extra. If you like the film, if you're a fan of it, I would suggest buying it on Blu-ray rather than regular DVD because I think it would look better. So, but for me, I'm going to say rent it.
Alright, so next up, let's talk about our next Magnolia film.
Yes.
The Warlords. This starts Jet Li. It's not a kung fu movie because he said he wouldn't do kung fu movies anymore. It's kind of like a samurai movie, but guess what? It's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't care if he said he's not doing kung fu movies anymore. He still knows how to kick ass.
And cut people's heads off.
And their feet,
Yeah.
which he does in this movie. It's a story of three guys, two of which I think are brothers. Some stuff's lost in translation, and I would not suggest there's a dub version of this. Don't turn that on and don't watch it, because watch it in the original Mandarin.
Mandarin, right?
Mandarin. Okay.
Yeah.
Because it makes it a lot better. The action sequences are completely and totally beautiful. The blood is very Kill Bill-esque. And there was one scene in particular where Jet Li jumps on top of a cannon and turns it around while it's lit to knock out another row of cannons.
Yeah, they were coming at his people, so he saved a whole bunch.
It was totally awesome, and then he manages to finish off the war with a giant spear in his side. So Jet Li does it once again, but it's not kung fu.
No, but it's still pretty badass.
It's still badass.
And the filming of it was so beautifully shot. People outside of America always do it better than us, I think. And just the symmetry is so beautiful, and the lighting and the colors, it really adds to the characters of the story.
Yeah, it's very, very Asian. They know how to do symmetry. Right?
Yes.
Okay, but the video, I would say, is good, but I did notice a little grain in the HD transfer.
You're so picky, though.
That's why people buy Blu-rays. I'm sorry. That's why we were doing the show.
Okay, but I didn't know.
So you might, if you want to save a few bucks, it's $29. If you want to save a few bucks, you might want to just grab it on DVD. It's a great story. I suggest you see it. But on the Blu-ray, I would suggest rent it, even though it has some great special features. Once again, this is an HDNet, behind-the-scenes movies. But we have a little bit more. We have deleted scenes with this one and other things. But I would suggest rent
Production notes.
The Warlords. Buy it on DVD just because of the grain, but the sound.
Definitely check out the film, though.
Yeah, the sound was great.
Yeah.
Too. You can definitely hear the whisping of cannons and arrows and explosions, and it was really nice. But little grain and the HD transfer.
All right.
So up next in honor of July 9th's release of Predators, we have the re-release of Predator on Blu-ray. This is the Ultimate Hunter Edition. They already released this on Blu-ray. The only difference...
Let's just say what that's called again.
The Ultimate Hunter Edition.
Isn't that reason enough to buy it?
Throw this in your hunter pack. Go find yourself some Predators, and you'll be ready to go. This, the transfer to Blu-ray was really, really good. There was only, I would say, 2 scenes where you see a lot of grain, and you could see maybe they didn't have the footage to build it back up to...
Are they dark scenes?
No, it's a bright scene.
Oh.
One scene is where they have the Gatling gun out, and it turns into, you can totally tell it's just, it's really bad, actually. The special features on this are the exact same as the previous release that was on Blu-ray. I have the DVD version, but they're exactly the same, except for 2 new special features, which are about the new movie Predators, and basically Robert Rodriguez talking about how much he enjoyed this film and things he did in homage to the original film and his other films. But other than the great sound on the Blu-ray and the crisper visuals, minus 2 scenes, I would say rent Predator on Blu-ray, because if you already have it on Blu-ray and you already have this DVD, I really can't push you to say go buy this just because you want to see some extra Predators stuff, which you will find July 9th, and then later on just buy the Blu-ray, because I'm sure those exact same special features will be on the Predators Blu-ray.
Okay.
So that's all we have this week for
June
Blue
29th.
Monday.
Recap.
These come out June 29th.
Eclipse, rent it. Warlords, rent it.
Rent it.
Predator,
Rent it. It's a rent it Monday.
it's a rent it week.
Alright, that's it for Lost in Reviews. Thank you.
Get to the chopper!
Yeah, you can get to the chopper. Also, side note, you can make a really great drinking game out of Predator.
Yeah.
Anytime somebody says an epic line, drink. Anytime somebody gets blown out of something and falls in slow motion, drink, and you will be drunk before we're even 10 minutes into the movie. So, get to the chopper and rent Predator.
Thanks.
Alright, see ya.